Hello Bravepipers, welcome to your A and B video. Today we are going to go over getting to your low G, finding your G, and then we're going to go up to A and we're going to go up to B because they are very simple and very straightforward. We're breaking there because C and D are a little different on the Highland bagpipe. So today is going to be A and B starting from your low G because you should already know how to do that. If you cannot stop and play your low G consecutively, that's okay, but back up to the last video and really practice laying your fingers down, getting them wiggled so you can get them set the right way, and playing that low G consistently and with an even tone. We are going to start with our chanter disassembled so that you can get appropriate maintenance training because it is imperative that we take care of our instrument. These are oftentimes expensive and they are oftentimes fragile. And even though the polypenco chanter that I'm using is not fragile, my reed, which is the most important part of this entire setup, is. Okay, so our equipment for this video is the tartan scrap or a paper towel or something so that you can practice playing it with it mounted. That prevents slippage. It gives you better grip with your finger. It also prevents any kind of water mess that might come out of the bottom, spitty mess. So we've got scrap, we've got the reed, and we've got our bagpipe or our chanter. We're going to put it together now. Remember, you're not squeezing the reed, you're gripping it by the bottom lightly. We're going to insert it into the top of our chanter firmly, but we're not squeezing to get it in there. It doesn't need to go too deep in, it just needs to be set firmly. And then we are going to carefully guide the air chamber, the top part, over, and we're going to use our thumb to guide screwing it down. When you disassemble this at the end of the practice, remember, use your thumb to guide it up. We don't want to destroy the reed. They are fragile and they are difficult to replace. So once you've got it down firmly, we're going to find our low G. Lay your fingers down the way that you were taught in the last video. Start with your pinky, work your way up. We want fingertip, middle digits, middle knuckles, and somewhere around the first knuckle up here, and right there on your thumb pad. And this thumb back here, I move it while I play a little bit to make it more comfortable during different tunes. But right now it's kind of directly opposite my index finger. Okay, find your low G. Got it? Okay, the A is very simple. All it involves is moving this knuckle, or this finger. We're going to lift it, and then we're going to go back down. This can often be much harder than you expect. The reason that it's difficult is because it's a little bit unnatural to hold your pinky so far away from your hand. This is where you may get some of the hand pain from playing early. So take your time to do this with light fingers. Whenever you play an instrument, you don't want to use any more force than is really necessary to accomplish your desired tune or sound. If you're death gripping it, you're A, going to hurt your fingers, B, you're going to hurt your lungs, and C, you might damage the instrument. So go lightly. The bagpipe really doesn't require much force to hold these holes down. Find your low G, and you're going to lift your pinky finger and try to set it back down. There's our A. If you're setting your pinky down and it's not on that hole, you're going to get a different sound. You want to get back to the low G. That may take extra practice, but when you can do that, G, A consecutively, we're going to move in, we're going to introduce our second and also our third note on the chanter overall, which is your B. It's your ring finger. This finger is the weakest one on your hand. It is the hardest one to lift up, so please take your time when trying to master this note. You may struggle to put your fingers back down on that B. That's why it's important to go over this over and over and over again until you really get these fundamental notes down. You do not want to be struggling in the middle of a tune with finding the appropriate finger holes. If you put your B down and it's fuzzy, it's going to make a different noise, just like if you put your A down inappropriately. Be careful as you do this. Take your time. Don't death grip. Okay, if you can feel that you're pinching the pipe, loosen up. You really only need to just support it in your hands. That's why this pad is so useful. Okay, if you can do your G, your A, and your B, which may take a couple days of practice to really get down, then you're ready to move on to the C and the D. And these ones are harder, so it is very important for the purpose of your practice that you can do G consecutively 100% of the time, that you can do A and B with little to no actual conscious effort. If you're not there yet, don't rush, slow down. We're learning this the right way. You're doing G, A, B, A, G. Do those exercises. G, A, B, A, G. G, A, B, A, G. And when you can do that 100% of the time, you're ready to move on to C. Okay? C involves more finger movement, so we want to be able to move consciously from B to C without having to spend any more thought than is necessary. That's it for this video. If you got something out of it, if you still have questions, please leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer them. And hopefully we see you for the next one for C and D.